Hello YouTube and probably many teachers who are at home during this COVID-19 craziness. I saw on my YouTube that there have been a lot of views about the document camera and how to set it up. I thought maybe there was a need for videos that talk about basic technology stuff and things that you can do at home to help your lessons and your students learn from wherever they are. This is a step-by-step tutorial about how to make videos for you to put on either YouTube or your Google Drive or whatever platform you're using to send lessons home. So let's dive in. The first thing that we need to figure out is what kind of stuff you're using. I have a MacBook, so I am privy to these specific technology resources. If you don't have a MacBook, you might have to use something different, but the basic premise is going to be the same. So how do I record my screen? I use what's called QuickTime Player. How do I find QuickTime? I can use either the Finder, which is this symbol here, and I can go into the applications and find it. Scroll down to Q, QuickTime Player. Another way you can do is using the searchlight tool. You can either click this button here, the spotlight search, or I think I said that wrong, searchlight tool. Anyway, or you can click the command key on your keyboard, your command key and your space bar at the same time. And that pulls it up as well. And you can just write QuickTime Player or quick and it'll pull it up and you can hit enter and it pulls it up. Now this opens up a window which isn't super helpful for us yet. This is pulling up all of our files that we've already made. What you need to do is start a new video. So you go to the top here, File, and you have some different options. Movie recording, which uses your camera to show your face. Audio recording, which only uses a microphone. And screen recording, which is what I'm using right now so you can watch my screen. So you can create a new screen recording. If I click this, it might mess up. I don't know. We're going to find out. We should be still recording. Yes, so at the bottom you see a couple of different options here. Okay, this is for capturing the entire screen, capturing the selected window. So if I only want to see a Safari or a Chrome browser, then I would click this one and it would only see how the blue highlights around this window. And now this highlights the rest of the desktop. So whatever you're capturing would only record that piece. And then you also have a selected portion. So if you only wanted to show this much, and if you want to take like a picture or a short video of just that little piece of your screen. Now right now it's not showing a record option because I'm currently recording something, but next to the capture icon you will see something called record, and you would use that to record your video. This is the stop button. So right now I'm recording, so this is to stop recording things. And this is your options. Now this is pretty cool because it lets you have some different options if you want to set up a timer so you can wait. It saves to different locations and you can see some different settings here. Some other important settings. If you want to record your voice like what I'm doing while you're creating a video, you need to change that in your options menu. So let's find out here. I believe it pops up when I've actually setting up the recording. So you can record if you have an extra microphone, you can choose this option to use the external microphone, or you can use your laptop's computer. A lot of our teachers have computers that were sent home and they can do the video streaming on them. So they have microphones built into their computer already. That's going to be the case for the majority of computers. So you should have one in your computer now. So I highly recommend you learn your shortcuts for all of your program point and click things. So if you're trying to create a new video, instead of going with your mouse up to the file spot and clicking through the menu until you see your option, learn the ones that you use the most. For example, my easiest recommendation for you is to learn the close window tool or shortcut. So you hit the Apple or the command button on your Mac and you hit the W and that closes the window. Whatever you're showing, instead of looking for that little tiny X, you're just going to go Apple W and it's out. and it just helps speed things along. Everything has a shortcut, or most things have a shortcut. So I'll show you here. Okay, so at the top we see our QuickTime player. We hit File and we see all of these things on the right. These are your shortcuts. Okay, so this one here, the new movie recording, so you can find those 3 keys, the Option key, the Command key, and the End key. And when you hit those all together, it starts a new movie recording screen. The screen recording moves one finger over to the Control key, or Control Command N, and that starts a new screen recording. These things are really quick. It speeds things along, and you've probably been using them for a while, like the save features in any of your document things. Google has them. Everybody has them. So learn your shortcuts. Now, once I have collected a whole bunch of videos that I like to save them to my desktop. It's just easier to find. You can also make a little folder for yourself and plop them into there. Once you have a good collection, you're ready to put those into one big video. You're going to open your video application. I use the Apple iMovie. It looks like this. So let's take a look at iMovie. And you can see that I have already a bunch of videos that I've made. We're going to start a new video, and I'll show you how to create one together. We're going to hit the plus, and you're going to create a movie. Trailers are different. They're for short little bits. We're making a movie. The first thing you got to do is import your media, and this makes it all so that the iMovie understands it. You can hit the import here, and it'll open up a window. You can also use your shortcut. The shortcut for your media is Apple I. So you can do either one of those. They're both pretty quick. I give all of the videos that are related the same name with a number next to it. So video help 2 and 3. So if I want to, I can go through and put those into my Apple movie. Once they're in here, you can click them all. You can drag them in. If you want to do one at a time, you can just drag one in. If you want to do multiples at a time, you can hold down the Shift key and click them all. Or a shortcut, you can do Apple A, and that clicks all of them all together at the same time. Again, those are shortcuts. Learn your shortcuts. They go down to the bottom here. You can zoom in with your trackpad, and that'll make everything a lot bigger. And you can see everything happening in real time. Or as you scroll across, everything flies by. You can go backwards and forwards. Underneath the video where my mouse is, you're going to see these waves. Those are sound waves. Those tell you when you're talking and when you're silent. And the more you zoom in, the wider spread they're going to be. This is really helpful for if you want to cut things short. If you're not sure if you want this part in the video, but you forget if you were talking or not, you can scroll over to that part and see, oh, I was not talking here, so I can cut that out. Some things that I like to do, I like to clip out the beginnings where I was waiting. What I just did was a shortcut. I'd hit Apple B, and that split this video. So you can split a video as many times as you want. It's under the Edit, and the split is... oh gosh, I've already lost it. There it is, split. It's under the Modify. So your split clip, Apple B. And I've learned that shortcut, so I can just split it as many times as I need to. If I need this part of the video to be much louder, I can go up here, hit my sound tool, and I can make that one video really loud. Or if it's too loud, I can bring it down. You can also hit the auto button, and that automatically adjusts everything. Look at the sound waves at the bottom. They're going to adjust according to everything else around here. So I selected all of my clips, and I'm going to hit the auto button. And all of those waves just adjusted. Now everything should sound roughly the same. Now that was all fan noise, so I'm going to make that disappear.
Hello YouTube, probably YouTube features.
So there's the beginning of the video that we were making. You can see here that there is a section where I'm not talking.
Yes.
That was probably where I messed up, where I realized I don't want that portion. So I'm going to snip that out, delete the part before it, go right up to right before I start, and there's the beginning of what I want to say.
Hello, YouTube, and probably many teachers.
And I'm just going to go through and snip all those extra parts out. You can undo it, you can redo it, it doesn't matter. You can go through and be as nitpicky as you want. But learn your shortcuts so that this is a very quick process. And then you can go in and figure out which parts you don't need, which parts you do need, and delete what you don't need, and leave in the things that you do. You can scroll over to the next video. You'll see it split right here. If you don't do anything special, then it's just going to jump right over to it. Watch how the transition happens.
Premise is going to be the same. Desktop. Now, how do I record my desktop?
It just jumps right over. So you can add a little bit of a smoothing thing here. We go to transitions, and we can, I like to use the cross blur. It fades right through. Watch the screen again. So it'll do that with your video. So you click and drag it down, and you put it in the middle.
Basic premise is going to be the same. Desktop. Now, how do I record my desktop?
So it just faded right through it. That was nice. Once you've edited all of your material, I recommend you zoom out and just take one last look at everything. Does it look good? Did you do the sound waves? Do you want it to end in a specific way? Do you want it to begin in a certain way? I love creating intro videos. So I've made a couple of them for my different types of videos. So I've got 2 of them here. And they both do different things. For example, one of my tutorials is for Quaver, which is a music website. And I just like to slide these things into the beginnings of those specific Quaver lessons. Let's get to work. This is my lesson video for normal classroom stuff. And then I will adjust the beginning of it to reflect each lesson. And you can just drag those things into the beginning of your movie. If you have music that you want to have in the background, you can go through the audio settings here, and you can, let's say I want to put in, I don't know, anything here. Those are from our musical, your test sounds, whatever. I'll just pick, let's see here. Tomorrow Needs Us. And just slide that into the bottom here, and you can see how long it lasts. And then you can have some music running in the background. You can adjust the music sound levels so everything plays really low.
There was a need for videos that talk about basic technology stuff.
So you can hear the music faintly in the background. To delete it, just delete it. So once you have completed making your video, you can go out and give it a name. Let's just call this my test video. Test video. You're trying things out, making sure things work. Here's your test video. You need to save it however you're going, or export it however you're going to use it. If you are using Google Drive, then when you share project, you're going to save it as a file. And this will save it as a movie document on your desktop. It'll give you all of your information here. You can edit this stuff. You can click into it. You can change the parameters here. Whatever you want to do. It tells you the approximate size. And movies are big. So I personally do not recommend you save a ton of movies on your desktop once you finish them. Once you finish your movies, you don't need all of those little movie clips from your QuickTime. Just delete them. Once it's done, it's ready to go. You don't need all that extra stuff. You'll hit the next button and it'll start, it'll ask you where you're going to put things, and then you press save. And then in the corner, on iMovie at least, you'll see this little circle, and it's going to start filling around the circle until your movie is ready. I'm going to stop this here so my computer doesn't get too hot trying to do multiple things at once. I recommend only doing one video at a time until you get used to things and you understand how much your computer can work. If you're using YouTube, I use YouTube a bunch. I already have it set up in iMovie so that anything I send to YouTube will automatically go to my YouTube page. I'll make a different video for talking about that, or you can go check out any of the YouTube tutorials, any of the iMovie tutorials, and those have a pretty easy to understand tutorial for you to figure that stuff out. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope this has helped somebody. If it's helped one person, great. If it's helped a ton of people, awesome. If you found this helpful, please put a like below. If this type of video is super helpful and it's widespread, people are enjoying it, then maybe I'll create a separate channel. I'll just have videos for how to do simple things that will help either teachers or other communicators create things and send them out. It doesn't have to be professional, but it is nice that it is edited and concise and you are confident with the message that you are sending. All right, hope this helps you out. Again, leave a like below if it did, and I will see you guys in the next video. Good luck out there.